We're in Ghana, in Accra, but it's not Ghana who are on display today. It's Liberia against Cape Verde in Group C. Two sides chasing after Nigeria in this group, and two sides who would like to get that single qualifying place for the next round of qualifying here in the African zone for the 2022 World Cup. Two sides looking to reach the World Cup for the first time as Liberia and Cape Verde face off today in the Accra Sports Stadium. The host Liberia, second to Nigeria, to whom they lost their Group C opener, hunting down a second consecutive win after edging out Central African Republic 1-0 in their second outing, whilst the visitors are also lost at the hands of Nigeria in their last Africa Zone qualifier in Mendelo, having drawn their opener with the Central African Republic before that. Well, this is one of four groups where all the teams have posted at least 1 point. Liberia now looking to stay in the race to catch up with Nigeria at the top of the table by making it 2 wins from 2. Cape Verde, meanwhile, just hoping to arrest a slump in form and pick up their first win in this group stage. Well, this is Ghana's Accra Sports Stadium, formerly the Ohene Jan Sports Stadium, selected to host this game because none of Liberia's stadia are regarded as being of a high enough standard to host a World Cup qualifier. Well, Nigeria will play later on this afternoon after this game in just over 3 hours' time. They are one of 4 teams in the 10 groups who are on maximum points after the 2 games so far. And if they carry on like that, then it will all be academic for the other 3 in this group. Liberia began their quest in September of 2019 before COVID, beating Sierra Leone 3-2 over 2 legs. Progressed to the second round, the group stage, despite losing the second leg 1-0 because of a 3-1 win that they achieved 4 days earlier in Painesville. Started off the group stage with a 2-0 defeat against Nigeria, thanks to a brace by Kelechi Iheanacho in Lagos back at the beginning of September. Now looking to avoid dropping any more points. They've returned not so much home, but this is their home game, redeeming themselves with a hard-earned 1-0 win over the Central African Republic in Douala, at the mouth of the Worry River in Cameroon. Cape Verde meanwhile, they had a bye through the first qualifying round, so came straight into the group stage and started off with a 1-1 draw, which they would have been rather disappointed with against the Central African Republic. They kicked off on the 1st of September, a couple of days before Liberia took on the Nigerians. Cagey affair at the Stade de la Réunification in Douala, in Cameroon as well. Julio Tavares putting Cape Verde ahead early on, but Trezor Toropita struck 8 minutes into the second half to force a share of the spoils on that occasion. Cape Verde then lost 2-1 against Nigeria 6 days later. It was against the 3-time African champions, who one of 13 sides who have made it into the World Cup finals over the years. That defeat against Nigeria at the Stadio Municipal. Dorito Sena, Dylan Tavares putting the hosts on that occasion, Cape Verde, in front early in the first half. However, Victor Osimhen then restored parity 10 minutes later. And then poor old Kenny Rocha Santos scored an own goal, which stopped Cape Verde claiming a second draw of the group campaign and handed Nigeria a second straight win in the process. All the players are gathering in the tunnel. We are 7 minutes away from kickoff. So Liberia, a home match being played in a different country. They're by no means alone in this. Central African Republic also playing outside of their country as well in this group. The FIFA flag comes out onto the pitch here in Accra, and the players will not be long behind it. There's a pretty powerful public address system going on here, as you can probably hear with the music. Unfortunately, no spectators. COVID-19 continuing to affect Africa, as indeed it is the world in general. So here we go. It's a bright, sunny day in Ghana, where Liberia have travelled east round the Atlantic coastline to play their home match here. Here's Alan G, captain, who is back from suspension today, the number 6 for Liberia. Liberia's going to a slightly more attacking 4-3-3 today after the 5 men at the back against the Nigerians. So then the teams are out on the pitch, and we're ready for the national anthems. Cape Verde looking for a victory today that would take them into second place. Now the Liberian national anthem. Well, you can see there are a few limited people watching on, but here in Accra, an empty stadium. It's home from home, though, for Liberia. Peter Butler looking to bring in lots of youngsters to Liberia. He makes a couple of changes to this lineup, including a debut for the right winger, Musa Sano, the 26-year-old who plays his football in Romania. Van Dave Harmon comes in alongside Krapner Sherman in attack as well, with Seth Helleberg into midfield with Marcus McCauley and the returning captain from suspension, Alan Ng. Clouds just coming over the stadium, which will help with the temperature. Referee today is Jean Ouattara from Burkina Faso. Two captains come forward. Ryan Mendes there on the right-hand side for Cape Verde. Here is the side for Cape Verde then. Vorzinha still in goal. He's a third on the Cape Verde all-time appearance list, with Stapira, Roberto Lopez, Carlos Ponk in defence. So then the officials, little huddle before we get underway for this third match in Group C of World Cup qualifying in the Africa zone. Just the lull before the storm. We are already a minute over the time that we were supposed to start this game, so a couple of minutes it will be kicking off late. Not until the referee Jean Ouattara has checked that the nets are in order. So then Cape Verde have finished their little huddle. A draw and a defeat for them so far. Kick-off of the third match of Group C in the World Cup qualifying tournament in Africa between Liberia and Cape Verde. Peter Butler there. Big question for him in the build-up to this game was why no Sam Johnson in the squad, who was just signed for a Swedish club and scored the other day. Pedro Brito, meanwhile, for Cape Verde. Babusta, as he's known, ex-Cape Verde international himself, has coached in the country and an international manager since January last year. So then away we go. Lopez gives it to Carlos Ponks, fellow defender. Cape Verde finished second to Cameroon in qualifying for next year's African Nations Cup. Tackle there by Van Dave Harmon, the centre forward for Liberia, that was penalised. Back it goes to Ashley Williams, usual number one for Liberia in goal. Being put under pressure. Two front men for Liberia, who will want to start fast here against their hosts. take advantage of the fact that this is on neutral ground. Attempted ball into the middle by Ryan Mendes, who is looking for one goal to go second on the all-time Cape Verde scoring charts today. 50 caps for him. Now in Cape Verde colours. It's early corner for them as well. João Paulo Fernandes is going to take it from the Portuguese club Firenze. Two minutes gone then. First chance here for the visitors. It's a low ball in that is dealt with by neither side very well. It's like a wet bar of soap at the moment. Almost a chance there for Van Dijk Harman to go through, but it could be a chance at the other side instead. Julio Tavares there with the early effort. And who was born in Cape Verde, which is not a given. By no means all of the Cape Verde side have been born in the country. Man who came to France at the age of 6. And caught by the goalkeeper. Ashley Williams gets play underway straight away. Murphy Dorley on the left-hand side. The full-back comes back in, though. Little ball over the top. That might be offside. Van Dijk Harman going too early. In fact, Musa Sano as well. Debut boy today. Oof. Well, that was a lot closer than it looked on first viewing. Meanwhile, back up the other side again, Mendes. And it needs the tackle to give away another corner. So, once again, João Paulo Fernandes. It's only been a few months since he made his debut in this Cape Verde side. Back in June in the 2-0 defeat against Senegal. Don't know what the issue is there with some socks in the middle. For nearly 5 minutes then. In it comes from João Paulo Fernandes. It's a higher ball this time, but it's better dealt with by Liberia, and they're now on the attack. I think it might be another offside, is it? Van Dijk Harman looking inside, and handball given against Marcus Macaulay. Plays his football in Jordan at Sahab FC. As the man who started both the Group C openers. A number of this Liberian side have done that. Picked up by Carlos Ponk. Former Benfica man who's now in Turkish football. Back it goes to Vorzinha. That ball is cut out, though. Foul by Willie Matado. Well, really Semedo there. Cypriot-based mid-forward. And that's harmless. All the way through to Vorzinha again. Vastly experienced now. 35 years old. Plays his football now in Cyprus for AEL Limassol. Younger brother of Delmiro, who plays across the city in Aris Limassol. His handling error handed Central African Republic their equaliser in the last game. They'll be hoping not to do anything like that in this game. It's a shame, really. Didn't have an awful lot to do other than that. Not quite sure what's happened to Prince Balde there. Seems to just catch his studs in the turf. Back to the goalkeeper, Ashley Williams. He's for a lower division Spanish side. And that's all the way back then to Vorzinha. Cape Verde, a side that have made it through to the Africa Cup of Nations. Neither of these sides has made it through to the World Cup itself, though. In this group, Nigeria, the only team that has experience, and they have considerable experience of that. Ball stayed in, apparently. Taking it right to the end was Seth Hellberg. Plays for IK Braga in Sweden. Nice little ball inside there from João Paulo Fernandes. However, the second ball wasn't so good. Liberia back in possession. So far, both sides struggling to really get a decent period of possession together. Very different conditions in this game to the one that saw Liberia beat Central African Republic in Douala in Cameroon, where it was torrential rain for almost the entire game. It was a miserable night. Liberia, though, buoyed by the fact that they won it to claim their first victory in the group. 2-0 defeat, though, against Nigeria was not a disgrace, even though technically Liberia were at home. Good tackle. Away comes Jeremy Sagba. Ceremoniously upended. Down goes Fernandes. And the referee is going to give a free kick in a dangerous position for the visitors. Cape Verde, 67 places above Liberia in the FIFA World Rankings. So they should be fancying their chances here against the Liberia side, who have just one win in their previous 9 matches in all competitions. Ten minutes gone, Liberia 0, Cape Verde 0. Most of the attacking threat so far, as you would expect, has come from the away side. Ashley Williams lining up his wall. Jeremy Sagba, the number 5. Well, actually, they've just taken the wall apart again. A very perforated wall for Liberia. I wonder if this is going to create an opportunity. And it's well over the bar by Kenny Rocha Santos. Former French bass player who now plays in Belgium. We're looking for an awful lot better than that. Had a free kick that was well palmed away by Central African Republic goalkeeper Prince Samola in that game, but that one did not bring Ashley Williams into play at all. Saying earlier, the 13 teams from Africa have made it through to the World Cup ever in the history of the greatest football competition in the world. Started off, of course, by Democratic Republic of Congo as Zaire back in 1974. There's only one group out of the 10 that doesn't have any nation that has made it through. And that is Group E. which is headed at the moment by Mali, ahead of Kenya, Uganda and Rwanda. Peter Butler looking contemplative on the sidelines for the coach of Liberia. Well travelled in his club career and also in his managerial one as well. Had a spell as the Botswanan national coach for a while. Brought down by Kepa Sherman. Sherman wants the corner. As you can see from his expression, the referee is not going to give the centre forward his wish. Babista shouting out the instructions. Full name, Pedro Leitao Brito. To Vorzinha. Comfortably done by the veteran goalkeeper. Oh, and then given away. And there's a chance here. Sherman feeds it out wide. Back in again, the attempted cross by Seth Hellerman. Cut out by Ryan Mendes. Just took a little while for this attack to really get going. Slight dwelling on the ball from the number 9 for Liberia, Kepa Sherman, and it allowed the defenders to come back and cover. However, Liberia do have a corner. It's a decent one as well, punched away though by Vorzinha. The goalkeeper seems to have been fouled as well in the process. Well, he might have a point there. Van Dave Harmon perhaps leading with the elbow into that challenge for the ball. No, maybe not. The arm was up, but that wasn't an elbow. Samson Dway looking and dwelling on the ball, but getting the throw-in, which will be taken by the right-back, Jeremy Sagbe. No fouls, says the referee, so Liberia allowed to get on with it. 15 minutes gone, still 0-0 here in Accra, in Ghana. Liberia at the moment comfortably dealing with Cape Verde, a side that is considerably higher than they are in the world rankings. Also above them in the table as well, which Cape Verde cannot have been expecting. Foul by Sano. Ivory Coast-born Liberian, who also has Dutch citizenship as well, the right winger, who plays for Miaveni in the Romanian top flight, making his international debut for the senior side today. A couple of others who might well be making a debut as well, in Frederick Dennis and Patrick Weir as well, the 17-year-old who plays in the United States of America. Samson Dway is the man on the deck, holding on to his chin. I suspect he's going to be fine. Plenty of talking at the moment from Peter Butler, who was born in the north of England. He's well travelled, though, in his playing career and his managerial career. He got Botswana into the group stage of qualifying for the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. A couple of good wins to get them there. They were in a tough group, though. Against Tunisia, Senegal, and Egypt as well. Although not when Egypt were at the top of their form. Little period for the Egyptians where they just went backwards a little bit. Ball forward, looking into the path of Harmon. Brought down Murphy Dawley, the left back on the far side. Butler very much trying to bring youth through. Has been relatively impressed, he says, with what he's seen so far in the country. Says there is still an awful lot of work to be done, though. Which, of course, when you are low down in the FIFA rankings, the only way really is up. Country of George Weah, their greatest ever player, who has gone on to great things since he retired as well. In it comes again then. Ball in by João Paulo Fernandes. Just escapes. Fernandes once more. Dispossessed, though, by Helleberg. Fernandes is also dispossessed. However, Cape Verde still managed to keep hold of the ball with Ryan Mendes. Still on the attack. Dangerous ball into the middle. Julio Tavares picks it up, but the offside flag has gone up. Score with a lovely half volley against Central African Republic that put the Cape Verdeans ahead in Douala in their group opener, only to see them come back in the second half and claim a 1-1 draw, which was hugely disappointing for Cape Verde. Second time in 3 games that they played, actually, in a third country, if you like, to the one that is supposed to be the host country. Central African Republic last time, and this time Liberia. Nicely brought down by Allen and G, who is fouled. Butler happy to have his skipper back in the side after his suspension. Well, Kepa Sherman there went down as if he'd been flattened. Wanted the foul. And he'd better be a little careful, otherwise he'll talk himself into a booking. Good ball forward from Samson Dway. Question is whether Roberto Lopez took him from behind or not. Sagbe with the throw. It's a decent one, but it's well dealt with. Ryan Mendes didn't make a great job of clearing that, though, but Cape Verde rescued by the foul. Slightly ironic smile from Seth Helleberg, one of the men brought into this Liberia squad. Quite a few changes actually made, with the likes of Musa Sano, Patrick Dennis, Patrick Weir, Abu Kamara, and Seth Helleberg himself brought in. Sagbe brings it down well. It's a good tackle, though, by João Paulo Fernandes, and it'll be a corner kick to the home side halfway through the first half. Liberia actually lost 2-0 to Egypt in a warm-up friendly last Thursday, which had only locally based players in the side. A few have trickled through into this main squad for qualifying. A lot of pointing going on by the referee. Van Dave Harmon told not to have struck the goalkeeper, which I'm sure will be well listened to. Good ball in, and it's the goalkeeper who gets there over the top of Harmon. Cape Verde, though, managed to make the clearance. There could be a chance on here. It's great running back. Brilliant running by Marcus Macaulay to recover the situation. Willie Semedo there, nearly all the way through, but good covering by the midfielder. Liberia showing good shape early on in this match. And they're beginning to develop a threat coming forward as well. Not really many shots on target, or indeed at all. I'm sure that was supposed to be a cross from Musa Sano. Yet to make a real impact on his senior debut for Liberia. Given plenty of room and space to pick his spot in, but couldn't pick out either Sherman or Harmon in the middle. Back underway again then, the long ball forward. Headed on by Julio Tavares, but straight to Ashley Williams, the goalkeeper for Liberia. It's nicely done, and a shot from very, very far away. Well, Kepa Sherman scored the opener against the Central African Republic, but it was a lot closer than that effort from fully 35 metres, which he did not catch hold of at all. Kepa Sherman plays in Malaysia for Kedah FC. They are very well spread around the planet, are the players for Liberia. However, that is not to say that the local league is not represented. The likes of Samson Dway in defence plays for LPRC Oilers. Most of the team that are on the pitch today, though, play outside of the country. But there are half a dozen who are on the bench who could make an appearance. Macaulay spreads it out wide. And it's Liberia again trying to come forward. Ball lost. Cape Verde trying to move it quickly with Ryan Mendes. And though the possession is conceded almost as soon as the attack gets underway. Sagbe. It's a speculative ball forward, looking for Seth Helberg, who seems to have a real license to roam around the midfield in this first half. Captain Alan Ng. He gets a loose pass away as well. All of these little mistakes just stunting the attacking progression of the home side in red and white. Slightly bad ball. That was unlucky. Real error by Roberto Lopez, who let that run. And Marcus McCauley almost made him pay. Cape Verde without a win in their last 3 matches since their 8-game unbeaten run ended back in June. They could be onto something here, though. Ashley Williams very calm indeed to come and stop Ryan Mendes getting through on goal. And Liberia forward. And that was a punt, if ever there was one. Header away was by Samson Dway. Julio Tavares can't believe that he was actually penalised in that challenge. You can quite clearly see there trying to show the referee that he got hit in his left ear, but the referee saw it very differently, that little altercation. Sagbe, again looking for Musa Sano, but delivery forward down this flank has been hit and miss, to say the least. Ryan Mendes needing a little drink of water. Started off back in Le Havre in the north of France before moving to Lille and spent 5 years there with the Northerners. Before moving, he had a loan spell in the middle of that to Nottingham Forest in England, before heading off to Turkish football. Now with Al Nassr in the United Arab Emirates, and a chance over the top from the new man in, Musa Sano. Looking for a goal on debut. That's the nearest sight of goal he's had. Nice little 1-2. Eventually. Not quite sure how deliberate that was from Seth Helleberg, but it allowed him in. Well, that's the closest we've had to a scoring opportunity in the game. He'll have to wait, though, if he's going to make a dream start as we reach the half-hour point. Liberia 0, Cape Verde 0, 30 minutes gone. And a drinks break. A little bit late in the first half, actually. Usually a little bit earlier than this, but gives a chance for the two coaches. Babista for Cape Verde and Peter Butler for Liberia, just to get an early half-time team talk in. Samson Dway's number is about to be... well, it's about to escape, isn't it? Off his shirt. He's going to look very disturbingly like number 2 Marcus McCauley if that carries on. Heat seemingly having a rather strange effect on the glue on that number. So Patrick Andrada then, number 7 for Cape Verde. I knew, like a number of these players, have played in Portugal or have links to Portugal. His was at Maranhense. Went to Karabag as well in Hungary. Now plays for Kairat. Now plays in Kazakhstan. Said it was a wide spread for these players for Cape Verde, and indeed for Liberia. Throw in by Steve Furtado. And it goes behind harmlessly for a Liberia goal kick. Could be developing into something good here. Out it comes. Sano trying to take too many touches, and Segbe takes a shot and it goes over the top. That was a sharp ball back, and oof. Well, Vorzinha there showing real composure right in front of his goal there as he tried to turn on the style. Seen that end in disaster many times for goalkeepers. Change of direction by Kenny Rocha. Now to Ryan Mendes, who's switched flanks. Trying to put Prince Balde under pressure, and he stood strong, the central defender. And who plays in Kosovo for KF Drita. Started both of the outings so far alongside centre-back Samson Dway. Jeremy Sagbe, incidentally, back in the side today, having played against Nigeria, but not against Central African Republic. It's Marcus McCauley impeding. He's Prince Kenny DeRocha. Here come Cape Verde. 10 minutes to go until the break. Yet to really carve open this Liberian attack, and they haven't done it there either. They have, though, got a corner. Kenny Rocha goes over to take it, the Ostend winger. 21 years old now, and the ball comes in. Chance for Carlos Ponkno, and the shot goes wide. Another corner. Kenny Rocha still out there to take it. Right-footed, in it comes, and a decent effort from Ryan Mendes is saved at the near post by Ashley Williams. Well, Ryan Mendes there catching the defenders out. Neither Prince Balde nor Alan and G really saw him coming at the near post. Still, though, goalless with just over 9 minutes to go until the break. And G. Both sides have defended well in the opening 45 minutes, and they have been restricted in attacking sense to, well, bird feed, really, and not very much of it. This could be better, though. Turn in by Sherman. Almost developed into something interesting. McCauley, 2 Cape Verde men, though, dispossessing him. That's nicely done by Ryan Mendes. That's a foul. Van Dave Harmon, a physical presence in the attack for Liberia, has been putting his weight about in this first half in Accra. Minded Liberia not playing in their home country, but having to play outside. They played in Cameroon, now they're playing in another Western African country of Ghana, and that goes harmlessly behind. Again from a rather disappointed Ryan Mendes. Forward by Helleberg. Easily cut out. Referee is happy to continue. Sherman trying to get the better of Carlos Pongt. He doesn't manage it. Cape Verde, though, making a rather heavy weather of clearing their lines. Finally, they forget the pretty stuff and just hook it. Picked up by Dway. Tumbling number and all. Liberia trying to achieve something. Marcus McCauley down the left-hand side. Good ball in, but Sherman had gone into the box and the ball was passed behind him. So close to finding quality in the final third, but they haven't found it yet. Good movement down that left-hand side. The run by McCauley not picked up at all by Pongt. And in the end, it was put behind by Roberto Lopez. Corner kick, high. Goalkeeper's missed it. And he gets it at the second attempt. There was a half a chance there for Prince Balde when the goalkeeper missed it, but the centre back rather, just couldn't quite get over the top of it. Well, he didn't get anywhere near to being over the top of it, the centre back. Prince Balde yet to open a scoring in an international shirt. Foul by Harman again, this time on Rocha. We haven't had any yellow cards yet in this first half. Let's see what the pitch is like. It's not the easiest surface to play on. Very bumpy. You can see there the way the ball is bumping over it, even at a relatively slow pace. Well, one gets the impression that the referee, Jean Ouattara, is just beginning to lose his patience now as we head towards the last 5 minutes of the first half. Vorzinha gets us underway. Dway, oh, hasn't quite managed to get rid of that, but plays a 1-2 effective with a bump in the pitch. It's nicely done by Sherman. Now McCauley. It's good running down the far side, but good defending as well from Steve Furtado. Picked up by Prince Balde. Into NG, who is being put under pressure by Patrick Andrade. It's done well, the captain. Can he find the ball to go with it? Into Harman. Harman has got Sherman in the middle. Can't get round the defender, though. They'll switch the flanks. It's not a good ball across, though. Still have it, though, Liberia. And G once more steps away from his marker into McCauley. McCauley's having a think about this. Straight against the defender, Stapira, and it'll be a throw-in. Sagbe. That might be too hard for McCauley to get on the end of, and it will be a goal kick to the visiting side. New recent rules, of course, that goal kicks do no longer have to clear the penalty area before they can be touched by an outfield player. Sagbe gets rid of the extra ball and ready for the throw-in. Just over 3 minutes to go in the half. Looked suspiciously like one Liberian player getting in the way of another there, with Sherman and Harmon. Not entirely sure where the foul was in that. Murphy, Dawley taking charge of the set piece, and it goes straight into the arms of Vorzinia. Some disappointing set pieces in the first half from both sides. Is a hard thing to get right. Try and zip it in there just between the advancing forwards and the goalkeeper. That one just slightly overcooked. And G, backwards pass this time from the captain. He goes forward this time though. And Dave Harmon there just caught with his balance on the wrong side for that pass. Here comes João Paulo Fernandes. Sagbe gets there first though. Actually, Williams hasn't had an awful lot to do in the first half in the Liberian goal. Is there a late sting in this half-time tale? In it comes then, to the back post, and like at the other end, it's too long, this time from Julio Tavares. Just slightly overcooking it. With 30 seconds to go, it looks like this match is going to reach half-time goalless. Williams gives it a thump. Headed on by Harmon. Back it comes over the other way. Forward by Dawley. Picked up by Macaulay, but he loses out in possession. Patrick Andrada can't keep the ball in, though. 2 minutes of additional time at the end of the first 45 minutes. It's nicely done, and G now, chance to come forward, and he might be through here. Liberia with a chance to take the lead, the best chance of the game saved by Vorzinia. And at last, quite how deliberate it was, it might have been a back pass that put through. Here, though, comes João Paulo Fernandes. The game just coming to alive just before half-time. Ryan Mendes is fouled. Well, a mistake in midfield that allowed the attack. And Liberia with the chance to score, and Sherman couldn't quite beat the goalkeeper. The clearest chance we've had in the game, though. Sherman with 2 goals in his dozen or so international caps to date. He's 29 years old. He's a fairly late developer. Dying seconds of the first half. The referee, though, still with a few seconds to burn. Sano needs to get the ball in now. That's not bad, and it's in it goes! And Van Dijk Harmon opens the scoring right on the half-time whistle. Deflected in, but Liberia are good for their lead in this first half. Well, Sano on his debut finally got some space, and he picked out his man in the middle. First touch needed from the centre forward. And Van Dijk Harmon gives Liberia right on half-time. Terrifically unlucky for Cape Verde. Well, it's always a good time to score a goal, but it's an absolutely brilliant time to do it when the opposition barely has a chance to recover. And there it is, they kick off and the half-time whistle goes. Kepa Sherman still upset with something that Jean Ouattara has decided in that first half. But thanks to a Moussa Sano cross and a Van Dijk Harmon finish, it's Liberia 1, Cape Verde 0 at half-time. Liberia fans can't believe it. Well, that sets up the second half beautifully. Well, welcome back to the Accra Sports Stadium, where a Liberian substitutes are just vacating their practice at half-time. The team themselves just coming back onto the pitch and waiting for their Cape Verde counterparts. A few words from assistant coach for a side that took the lead right on at half-time. Heavily deflected goal from Van Dave Harmon. You could call him Van Dam though after that first half. His physicality caused a problem for Cape Verde's defenders. Now they have the task of trying to hold on for another 45 minutes and register a second victory in the group that would take them level with Nigeria, the leaders in Group C, ahead of their match, which kicks off about an hour after this one finishes against the Central African Republic. Cape Verde on 1 point at the moment, the same number of points as the Central African Republic. They would regard this as a massive step backwards. It's already tough trying to stop Nigeria getting through into the third round of qualifying. Only the 10 winners of the groups go through. So you cannot afford really to drop points. Nigeria at the moment are on maximum points with 2 wins from 2. If Liberia hold on to this, they will have 2 wins from 3. But at least they would be on the same number of points. So interesting to be a fly on the wall in that half-time team talk for Cape Verde. I wonder what Bubista had to say to his young charges. Side that should be vastly superior in terms of quality than Liberia, but they didn't really show it in that first half. The away side back out on the pitch. Can't see the referees yet. Bosnia didn't really have an awful lot to do in the first half until he picked the ball out of the back of the net in the second minute of time added on at the end of the first 45 minutes. So then, having lost against Nigeria, they find themselves now behind against another West African nation, Liberia. Nigeria was perhaps expected. This isn't. To say if they don't win this game, then you could almost say it's over already, their challenge to get through to the next round. Find themselves 5 points behind Nigeria, with the Super Eagles still to play their third match. So then we're all set, ready for the second half. Carlos Rodriguez then coming off, and Montero Valenga coming on. Jamiro Montero, born in the Netherlands, played in the Netherlands, has also played in France and the USA as well, where he is now with Philadelphia Union. Midfielder coming on for a defender, so a more attacking lineup for the second half being put forward by Bubista. Straight away, Cape Verde on the attack. Kenny Rocha down the right-hand side. probably Cape Verde's best player against the Central African Republic was Kenny Rocha Santos, playing alongside Andrada in a sort of double pivot in midfield. Set up Tavares for the goal. Had a free kick as well that was palmed away by the Central African Republic goalkeeper. Liberia on the attack. Man in the middle as well. That's a handball given against Kepa Sherman. It was a really inviting ball into the middle, but it was he just overrun it. Throw in by Dawley, looking for Sherman. And put out, and it will be a throw in to Cape Verde. Andrada wants it in the middle. Doesn't do very much with it though. It goes back into the path of Stopura. Stopura named after a Polish-born former French international player who went to the World Cup in 1986. Apparently plays in the style of the ex-French international, and the fact that he's called Yannick as well meant that he picked up that nickname and it's stuck ever since. Patrick Andrada coming through with the challenge. In the end, he and Van Dave Harmon make friends again. Sherman. Sherman is holding on though to the defender. Well, the centre forward looks innocent, but you could see that from up at the top of the stands. There it is. Grabs hold of it pretty firmly. Nothing to be said really about that. Escaped and picked up by Ashley Williams, but Cape Verde showing many more signs of attacking intent so far in the first 5 minutes of the second half than they achieved in the whole of the first. Still, though, are struggling to actually provide any clear-cut chances. Andrada. They are pushing men forward, though. That defensive withdrawal for a midfielder certainly has made a difference to the Cape Verde side, and you wonder whether or not there was a little bit conservative, the lineup from Bubista at the beginning of the game, because they look a much better proposition now. That's well cut out in the middle. It's had a good start to the second half. There's Willie Semedo. He's then brought down by Murphy Dooley. Dorley rather. Well, he got away once. And then the left back came for seconds. Nice dummy. Chance to get down the left flank. There are 3 men in the middle as well. And back it comes. And there's the equaliser. And the attacking intent in the second half has done the business for Cape Verde, who equalised through the new man on. He's only been on for a couple of minutes, but Jamiro Monteiro has made it 1-1 5 minutes into the second half. Well, the coach mates look very good there with that half-time substitution. Nicely backed by Kenny Rocha, who set up the goal for them against Central African Republic as well. And here, he's done it again. Header back and met by the substitute. 1-1. Well, Ashley Williams has barely had anything to do in the match so far. A little bit like his opposite number at the other end, who had nothing much to do until he picked the ball out of the back of the net. Just the other side of half-time. Another good ball in. And it's volleyed into the netting, this near post. Willie Semedo here getting the appetite for it, and then suddenly they are finding great things with the flanks. And Liberia need to pay attention now. Well, it's all Cape Verde all of a sudden. It's a good header away by Dorley. And a chance for Liberia to clear their lines. Down the line from Marcus McCauley, who had a good first half but has not really figured so far in the second. Down goes Van Dave Harmon and earns the free kick. In fact, not a free kick, it's a throw-in, which will be taken by Dorley. It's nicely done. McCauley once more into the path of Sherman. Looks for the 1-2. Well intercepted though. And here they come again. And it's a substitute again. Little back heel. Nicely done. And a free kick on the edge of the area. Good work by Julio Tavares. Direct running and a first yellow card. Is against the captain, who's just come back from a suspension, Alan Ng. And the referee managed to get through the whole of the first half without going to his pocket. Almost 10 minutes into the second. He branches the first caution of the match. And you have to say that the substitute, Jamiro Monteiro, is having an immediate effect on the attacking intent of his side. Ashley Williams lines up his wall. Saw a couple of times where there was no wall at all to these sorts of free kicks, but this one is in a much more dangerous position. 10 minutes into the second half. And Ryan Mendes here looks like he's favourite to take this. There's a problem for a Liberian player, though. What's going on here with Van Dave Harmon? Seems to have hurt his knee. Well, whatever they did talk about just before half-time, it certainly seemed to have done the trick. Not only have they leveled, but they look a completely different side in the opening part of this second half than they did all the way through the first. There's a substitution coming for Liberia. Yuba Kozia about to come on. Started on his own up front against Nigeria. The man who plays in the Netherlands, he started both the two games before being dropped to the bench for this one, and it looks as though Van Dave Harmon will take no further part in the game. That is a shame. Man who plays in Albania with a big ice pack on that right knee. Well, I hope that is nothing too serious. It rather suggests a real problem. This was the goal, though. And Dave Harmon in the first half. And unfortunately, that's what he looks like now. Patrick Andrada also now lining up this free kick. So then Ryan Mendes with the right foot, Andrada with the left. It's Mendes, saved by Ashley Williams. Well, it was well hit, but it was well followed by the Liberian shot stopper. And he keeps it at 1 goal apiece. Nicely done. Here comes Ryan Mendes once more. Looks up, has 3 men in the middle. Spectacular attempt. That does not connect at all. Cape Verde, though, still with the attack. Back in, Ryan Mendes again. Well, it was a well-controlled volley, but it was easy for Williams. Nicely directed ball. That was a very, very good volley. That was not easy at all. Did well just to get it on target. Still trying to make a little bit of history by going second on his own in the Cape Verde all-time scoring list. That's nice by NG. Turn back inside 2 Cape Verde players, and now at last Liberia managing to set something up coming forward. Wasn't the best piece of play, though, in the end from Murphy Dawley, and it means that he's out of position as well as Cape Verde attack his flank. Mendes has Dway in front of him, who makes the challenge. Ryan Mendes stays down, but the referee happy to continue. Oh, that's going to be a yellow card, surely. Well, a second Liberian will be going in the book. On debut, Musa Sano. Well, he ran himself into trouble. This is at the other end, though. And then got himself into even more trouble. Ibrahim Samauro is about to come on. Midfielder who started against Nigeria, but didn't play a part in the victory over Central African Republic. David Tway is coming off. That's gone out. Hour gone. Liberia 1, Cape Verde 1, and well, Cape Verde dominating the second half, to be honest. Liberia rather shell-shocked after, not just after going behind, they were already under the cosh before that happened. Very, very good half-time substitution, bringing Jamiro Montero on, sacrificing a defender so they can look further forward up the pitch. Did the trick nicely. Picked up by NG. Into the new man on. Another substitution. Off comes Willie Semedo then. And on comes Gary Rodriguez. And Lima also coming on as well. That's easy for Williams. Well, Cape Verde here not really turning the screw. They are on top, but allowing Liberia just enough hope to stay in it. Montero fouled, gets play underway immediately. First touch for the number 11, Gary Rodriguez. Foul given up by Roberto Lopez, though. Right in the middle of the park, a little bit far away to take a pot shot at goal. Not the easiest as well to send in a cross from there either. Pulling down Kepa Sherman. Here it comes in from Sano. Good turn back in again by Sano again. Looks for the shot. Cannons against Roberto Lopez. And Cape Verde can come away. De Rocha. Forward by Montero. Exchanges passes with Gary Rodriguez. Kenny Rocha spreads it back into the path. It's a little give and go, but it was a good tackle that stopped Murphy Dorley sprinting down the left flank. We're going to see David Benaya come on. Jeremy Sagbe, who had a good first half, not so influential in the second, is the man to come off. Terence Tisdale also about to come on as well. Turkish-based midfielder. And G looking forward to try and find Kepa Sherman, but he's been well chaperoned in this second period. We're into the last third of the second half. Neither side able to really impose on the other. Now, all of a sudden, Liberia have just recovered from going to 1-1. It's a good ball forward, picked up by Gary Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to get the ball into the middle and does. It's well dealt with though, with two Cape Verdeans coming in to try and get on the end of that cross. It's gone out for a throw-in. Kenny Rocha showing his frustration. I think he thought he should have got a free kick. I wouldn't say he's completely wrong. Almost in there. Chance for Yuba Kasea, who's just come on. It's Ng who comes forward, though, the captain, and his ball over the top looking for Sherman is, well, not of the quality needed. Poor ball forward there from Steve Furtado. Strong header out by Stapira. Down goes Murphy Dorley. Forward comes Rodriguez. Wanted the return ball, but Ryan Mendes couldn't feed it into him. Deep frustration coming from the substitute. On ball forward from Benaya, the substitute there who has replaced Jeremy Segbe at right back. Here he is again. Shows too much of that though to Ericsson Lima. Could be a chance here for Sherman. And Vorzinia there needed to be very careful not to handle the ball. He still needs to be careful. Dawdling on it. Down goes Montero. And has managed to get a free kick. There's going to be a yellow card that comes out of the pocket of the referee for Prince Balde. The third Liberian to go into the book. I think he might have been a little unfortunate there. Montero running back across him and falling over him. We've ticked past the 70-minute mark. We are into the last 20 minutes then here in Accra in Ghana, where the nominal host Liberia are still engaged in a 1-1 draw with Cape Verde. A couple more substitutions just about to happen. Nuno Borges and Wagner Gonçalves about to come on. Again, it's two high with the free kick, and it's easy for the goalkeeper. At least he didn't go out of play this time. Williams kicks it hard and low, but to no one in particular. The Blue Sharks at the moment of Cape Verde struggling to finish off what they started at the beginning of this second half. Cape Verde, it's a little bit like being the Seychelles. Every time they go abroad, it involves a flight over the ocean. For the Seychelles, it's the Indian Ocean. For Cape Verde, the Atlantic. Julio Tavares has come off, and Wagner Gonçalves has come on to replace him. Oh, Liberia again, nearly through. The counter-attack doesn't work at all. Offside, though, from that massive header forward. First touch for Gonçalves since he came on. Kenny Rocha. Out it comes to Erickson Lima, or rather Gary Rodriguez, and Rodriguez tries to take on his marker. However, that was good tracking back by Murphy Dawley. And nothing more dangerous than a goal kick conceded by the fullback. Another substitution then. Steve Furtado comes off and is replaced by Jeffrey Fortes. Long speculative ball forward. Wagner Gonçalves thought that there was a pull back on him there. Substitutes are going to get nothing from either the assistant nor the referee. It's only just come on as a substitute, and well, there was a suspicion there of a pull by Prince Balde, but nothing untoward seen by the officials. Could hear there the coach for Liberia, Peter Butler, screaming out across the pitch. Well, we're stopping again, I assume, for another drinks break, when the temperature is over 30 degrees, which it often is in Accra. The players these days, since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, given a couple of minutes just to rehydrate. You can see the frustration there on the face of Kepa Sherman. They were in charge in the first half, but that introduction of Jamiro Monteiro at half-time for Cape Verde has completely changed the nature of this game, not least of which Cape Verde are now level, thanks to their number 10. Cape Verde very much the team that are higher up in the rankings. They should start as favourites here. Liberia have held on to them well, though, considering they are well over 60 places below them in the rankings. Liberia, though, won their last game. They started this game above Cape Verde. and they will still be above them if the score remains the way it is. Liberia will move to 4 points, 2 points behind Nigeria. Cape Verde will move to just 2 points. 4 points behind Nigeria, who have still yet to play. That match coming up an hour after this one finishes. Ryan Mendes, ball down the line. However, the ball into the middle was not forthcoming. Gary Rodriguez chopped in half by Jeffrey Fortes. Getting themselves into a bit of a mix-up here, Cape Verde at the back. Second header back by the substitute, Wagner Gonsalves. I think down goes Ryan Mendes from the tackle by Ng, who is on a yellow card, so needs to be a little careful. Forward by Roberto Lopez. Header back out by Samson Dway. It's another throw into the away side. Ibrahim Samaro less than impressed with that decision. Here he is on the ball, nice turn, gets the ball away well. It's been given away though by Kasaya. Cape Verde beginning to develop once more. Dangerous ball down the line, and it'll be a corner. Good work by Gary Rodriguez. In it comes in from Rodriguez. Dangerous ball into the middle. Just about dealt with by Liberia. But the ball not completely away. Forward by Fortes. Into the path of Rodriguez again. Turn by Tisdale. Murphy coming forward. Murphy Dawley. Ball doesn't quite find Kepa Sherman though. Liberia though still coming forward. Here's Tisdale once more. He's put far too much on that. Well, he did really well to create the space to be able to cross, but then sledgehammer it out the other side of the pitch. 10 minutes to go. Liberia 1, Cape Verde 1. Both sides really needing the victory. Only the victors in the group going through. There's none of this best third place or best second place teams going through. It is just group winners and nothing else. Here they come again then. Tisdale It's made a bit of a difference since he came on. Tisdale picks it up once more, trying to create some space. Goes for the shot, and it's well saved by Vorzinia. Well, a chance, and they're suddenly finding their teeth again, Liberia coming forward. It's a free kick given away by G again. Looks like the captain's getting a little tired. Well, Tisdale here doing the 1-2 with Sherman. And then just dropped the shoulder. He was a little too close to the goalkeeper, though. But he hit it with venom. And it was on target. Montero fights well, gets the free kick, takes it early. Big ball into the middle. Chance to Ryan Mendes, lays it back out of side to the other side, and it's a save at the other end. Wagner Gonçalves denied by Ashley Williams. He's beginning to open up. Well, we might see a late winner after all in this game. Both sides trying to win this. They know they've got to really if they're to keep up with Nigeria. It's a corner kick to Cape Verde. Shot from Wagner Gonçalves there. On loan from French side Metz to Swiss side Sion for this season. Oh, it's a little bit fancy inside your own half from Marcus McCauley. Cape Verde have it. Another dangerous ball into the middle, but there's nobody there this time. Good persistent play on the far side, but Gary Rodriguez has been penalised in his little battle there with Murphy Dawley. Forward by Stapira. Foul by the captain and G again. Well, sympathise for Ng there. Not entirely sure how he wasn't fouled first. Anyway, Cape Verde have it. Just over 5 minutes to go. Ryan Mendes, who has really had a license to roam anywhere in the attacking third he wants. Reasonable game. Always could line up here. Ryan Mendes looking for the shooting opportunity. It wasn't there. Hands it off to Wagner, who can't control it. Wagner outside of France for the first time since he left Gil Vicente of Portugal back in 2016 for Saint-Etienne. A couple of loans to Nancy in that time before going to Metz last year. Here comes Cossair. Looking for Sherman in the middle. And it was well escorted in the end. Good tracking back by Jeffrey Fortes. Corner kick, though, to Liberia. Sherman remains in the middle. It's actually going to be a throw-in, which Ben David Benaya is going to throw long into the box. out by Stapira. Back it comes again into the path of Prince Balde, who launches it long. Wagner gets the defensive header in. He needs to get forward now. He's supposed to be an attacker. Brought down by Fortes. Right, Mendes once more looks for the return ball with Fortes, but it's well intercepted. Oh, good turn by Samauri. And here they come on the attack. Tisdale out to Sherman. Sherman trying to take on Roberto Lopez and has fouled him. It's been a frustrating afternoon for Sherman. Hasn't really had an awful lot of spare change when it comes to beating these Cape Verde defenders. Just that one shot that was saved before the goal went in, funnily enough, as the half-time action came alive inside injury time. We are 3 minutes now away from going into injury time at the end of the second half. Goal scorer Montero lays it out wide. Wagner looking into the middle, that's offside. So unfortunately for Cape Verde, given against Kenny Rocha Santos. Good eyesight from the official. Just leaning the wrong side of the defender as that ball was played through. Here comes Wagner. Out wide to Ryan Mendes. There's a chance here. Tisdale on his own in space down the left flank. Decides to come back inside, and well, there were two men in the box, another arriving. And substitute Tisdale decided to go for an implausible shot from a very tight angle. He saw the glory. The ball there should have been played earlier. Up the other end. Wagner under pressure and then fouls Prince Balde. And then wonders what on earth possessed him to make that final challenge. Oof. Lucky not to get booked for that. Well, it looks like he's been on for the entire 90 minutes, but don't forget he's a substitute. (1-1), last minute of the game. A result, if it stays like this, will do neither side any favours. And will give Nigeria the chance to extend their lead in the group. Unless one of these two sides can find something in the last part of the game. Ryan Mendes, who's looked as likely as anybody to do that. Didn't quite have the strength, though, to beat his man on that occasion. Tisdale feeds it forward. Kasaya, though, tried a fancy trick and has the ball robbed away from him as a result. Last 10 seconds. Plus whatever will be added on. 3 minutes of time added on at the end of the half and at the end of the match. And we have now entered that period. Oh, well, that was somewhat unexpected from Samaro. Tisdale is offside. And Terence Tisdale has certainly had a in effect since he came on. The Caselospor winger. Roger. Out to Wagner, who's come across to this right-hand side in the last 5 minutes from the left where he started when he came on as a sub. Oh, what a chance from Bessa. Oh, what a screamer! What a magnificent goal! Gary Rodriguez has stolen the victory at the end. Well, you'll be hard-pressed to see a better goal than that this weekend. What a strike! Ashley Williams beat at all ends up. Where did that moment of quality come from? Liberia crestfallen. Wagner starts it off on this near side. Just played around space there in front of the substitute, and he absolutely leathers that into the top corner. What a strike by the Olympiacos man. And Cape Verde completing their second half revival by maybe stealing it at the end. 2-1. We had a goal 2 minutes into the end of the first half. We've had another here 2 minutes into the end of the match. Well, 3 goals in the game. It's not been the most entertaining of encounters, but it will live long in the memory after that strike. Cape Verde hardly believe it. Here comes Tisdale now. Can they come back now? They were in front, now they're behind. Liberia. Good ball in from Tisdale. Could be a chance at the far side. Oh, it's gone behind. And that's it. Cape Verde have stolen victory right at the end. Having gone behind at the end of the first half, thanks to Van Dave Harmon. They came back with a goal in the 52nd minute from substitute Jamiro Montero before fellow substitute Gary Rodriguez with an absolute pile driver to win it with almost the final kick of the game. Liberia fall to their first defeat of the campaign. It's finished here in Accra. Liberia 1, Cape Verde 2. Disappointment for Liberia and their English coach Peter Butler. They controlled the first half, but that switch at the half-time interval to bring Jamiro Montero on made all the difference. Cape Verde started to play like a team that are ranked well above Liberia. And they finish it off right at the end. Ashley Williams can't believe it, the Liberia goalkeeper. Liberia players strewn around the pitch. Cape Verde get their first win of the campaign, and it moves them above Liberia onto 4 points, 2 points behind Nigeria. Liberia remain on 3 points with the Central African Republic at the bottom. What a climax. The euphoria of scoring in injury time at the end of the first half. Now all of the oxygen of that sucked right out of this team. They cannot believe it. Nigeria will be pleased as well. They have a chance now to extend their lead when they take on Central African Republic. Well, it might take them a little while to get over this, Liberia. What a shock. They were beaten by Nigeria, but that was more expected. They were beaten 2-0 by Egypt in a warm-up friendly last Thursday, but that was only with locally based players. This was the full side. And now just one win in their last 10 games in all competitions. So then Cape Verde, with their first win of the campaign, move into second place. Nigeria go up against the Central African Republic.